What types of signs can spirits give you? Most will try to communicate in subtle ways. You may discover the picture of them when the mantle has moved or laid down, or a foot of a wall is tiled just after you straightened it. They also can project smells that you would associate with them. For instance, if your uncle always smoked a cigar, your aunt wore a rose perfume, or if your mom always smelled like baking, it's likely the occurrence of sense in places where there isn't a source for them as your ancestral guide, telling you that they were close by. In my own experience, I've had guides really get creative. I've had loved ones that have passed shock me out, or tried to spell over them, visually appearing on my third eye, shaking their finger at me and saying, "Stop that crying right now." I've had them hug me to let me know everything is okay and that they're with me, and I've had them move things to an impossible location where I had to search to find something I was using just moments before, just to let their presence be known. They can leave your items, they leave you associate them in impossible places. When people pass, you may desperately want to contact them or have them contact you. Sometimes spirits may not come around right away because emotions are still too raw, or because they're busy on the other side. If they choose to come back when the time is right, you'll be able to sense them if you're open to their presence. When you open your abilities and mindset to the crumb and the laser, you also open yourself to the joy of connecting your loved ones after they have passed. The mantle and the laser. That's a good one. The mantle and the laser, dude. And then, because I redid the communion. They hit me mark with negativity of bad news supposed to do it. Look, was a spirit guide. The words are pretty easy to understand. It's a spirit guide that guides. Spirit guides the soul on the other side who has agreed to help us along our path toward greater spiritual path and enlightenment. But we are relying on an earthly plane to watch us from the other side. Spirit guides have an extremely high vibrational rate. They teach us to help learn our life lessons. Does everyone have a spirit guide? I believe each one of us has many guides over our lifetime. I found that with one or two of our life guides, meaning they have been with us since birth. They're always there to help us with anything and everything when we experience. And we have other guides who are with us for a short period of time that will specific to us or during times of need. And one guide may help us raise your vibrational level. Another one may help you deal with a family crisis. Another one helps you learn lessons of trust. Spirit guides have very positive energy and only your best interests at heart. Everyone has spirit guides just as guardians, those who are not the same. If you are intuitively aware, you can make contact with these high developed spiritual entities. Sometimes first contact is needed, but your spirit guide will never give up trying to get through to you. How do you communicate with your spirit guides? Either the messages are related to your current lifetime or received telepathically. You get a feeling that you act on. You have a thought that makes you pay attention to a certain event or detail. They come to you in dreams, delivered that may be ignored during your waking hours. It's easy to become distracted with the stresses of life and not pay attention to the communications your guides are trying to give you. When this happens, they may have better success at reaching you during your dreams. Or they may help you by creating synchronicities that really grab your attention and make you more aware. This is good because it's funny. These are those how to connect to my guides as a sick cloud. I put a protective bubble of white right around myself. That's the only higher level entities are allowed to contact me, clear my mind, and to reach out to my guides. I ask them to connect with me and deliver any messages I should know at this point in my life path. My guides often visit my dreams because, as I say, I'm thinking and I don't pay enough attention. It's easier to connect that way. I have a lot of things going on in my life that distract me, but I always come back. When you're connecting with your guides, it's very rare that they will be famous when you've heard of it in your current lifetime. Your guides may or may not have been previously incarnated. They can appear in any form. I've seen guys fully dressed in period clothing and white garb as a ball of gold energy. an animal totem, and it is male or female. Guides tend to give you messages that will enable your spiritual growth and start predicting future events in your life. The angel Acrolyte. You have free will, and they normally don't predict themselves, but will instead guide you on your life path. If you're experiencing difficulties connecting with your guides, sometimes you'll be successful if you speak your questions out loud. Write down your experiences with your guides so that you can refer back to them. While some events will be profound, some will never forget. Everyday encounters may tend to fade in your memory. Writing them down allows you to refer back later. When reaching out to your guides, open up intuitive channels and remain receptive to the spirit guides who contact you. Here's a scenario for you. Say you're in the middle of planning a big event. You're suddenly presented with a problem that must be solved immediately, but you can't make that decision based on circumstances involved. That's sweet. These moments will come at various periods of time in order to make you recognize a moment in your life. When it happens, it may seem odd enough that you become very drawn in that moment and will likely never forgive it. This moment may be confirmation that you're on the right path, or it may be an epiphany or turning point in your life. Take a minute right now to talk about when a spirit messenger came in your life to make you notice the moment. Shadow people, you see them in your peripheral vision at any time during the day or night. Dark, shadowy human forms that act specific features like a face, and sometimes appear only as a mist. They may be wearing a hooded cloak or a hat, and may have golden red eyes. Or they may even have a color glow to them like gold, blue, or purple. You might see them starting movement out the corner of your overwhelmed. They may be wearing a cloak or a hat, unusual feeling that someone is watching you, and you notice them standing right in front of you. At first, you may think it was your imagination, and if you tell them something who has never experienced this one, you'll agree. But when this explanation occurs, these dark forms of cloak or a hat, and Brandon maybe wearing a cloak or a hat, and dark forms of imaginative thirst goes out the window. You raise your thought as crows, you song stories, searching for answers. What are these manifestations? Why are this not just Dharma, dude? Not just Dharma's gross, dude. You can think of it shit, dude. What are these many theories about channel people phenomenal? Well, I can't relate any possible since we don't really know what these forms are yet. Or because I work with energy, vibrations, and frequencies. I believe you're intuitively seeing into other dimensions or energy field that are picking up the movement of beings within this energy essential. Back off, dude. And dimensional energy field. Fully conscious channel. When you're engaged in a fully conscious channel, using your intuitive ability to connect to a spirit who wants to deliver a message to someone else. Feel completely normal or full awakening and start up and stop the channeling session if you're interrupted. You remember the entire channeling session with clarity for a short time while after it is over. Meaning parts last for much longer, especially if the information affected you as intuitive. Sometimes the information that comes through can help the intuitive as much as it helps the person they're reading. Altered state conscious channel is when you think you are fully conscious during the channeling session, but after you realize you are in a more of a heightened state of awareness and were focusing differently than you do when you are fully conscious. You may remember some details of the session, but not with the same level of clarity that you experience when you're doing a fully conscious channeling session. Light trance channeling. This is when you're channeling while in a light trance. During the trance, you may feel a little bit displaced, or you're still the one receiving and delivering the message where it needs to go. You're still within your body. You're just allowing your mind to focus so you can connect to the spirits and communicate with the other side. This is the deep trance channeling. This is when you're channeling while in a trance. Your being is displaced and you're allowed to be an entity to occupy your body in order to deliver major messages directly to someone else. using your body and your conduit, depending on the abilities of the person and its deep trance. They may or may not remember the channeling session. There are some excellent and inspiring books based on information during deep trance channeling. This isn't for everyone, though. It doesn't matter which one of these others. You just have to make sure you choose the one that's right for you and feel comfortable doing it.